If you're trying to sell your practice, you've been talking to a buyer for a while, but it feels like nothing is really moving forward, this might be why. A lot of sellers think that once they find a buyer, the hard part's over. But after helping with hundreds of chiropractic practice sales, I can tell you that finding someone interested is usually just the beginning. Because buyers can sound really serious early in the process. They may love your practice and talk about the future, ask a lot of questions, and firmly say they want to move forward. But then things start slowing down. Maybe they haven't talked to a lender, or maybe still not clear if they have the down payment. There's not a written agreement on price or timing. And that's where a lot of practice sales really start getting stuck. Because when the sale has to move from, this sounds exciting, to, can this actually work? Doctors often realize that buying a practice is more complicated than they expected. Does the valuation support the price? Can I get a loan? Can I realistically make the loan payments? Those questions have a very different temperature from those first exciting conversations that a buyer has with you. And that's also why sellers can lose months and sometimes even years talking to buyers who were interested but not actually prepared. At Progressive Practice Sales, one of the biggest things we help with is identifying where a buyer really is in the process. Not just whether they like the idea of buying a practice, but whether they're financially, emotionally, and practically ready to move forward. Because finding a buyer is important, but it's only the first step. Actually, getting the sale all the way to closing usually takes a lot more coordination, problem solving, and behind the scenes work than most doctors realize.